Good morning, Raptor Freaks. And today we're having our first preseason game, and we're going to do our first ever Raptor Freak main event marquee matchup call. And I'm doing it right now, right to start things off. We're going to do the comments after I do all my pre-game stuff, and we will go into the comments afterwards. So please bear with me as we start a new segment for this new season called the Marquee Main Event Matchup. That's right. No more mascot matchup, unfortunately, guys. We're doing things a little bit differently this year, and I want to show you what I'm doing here right now, y'all, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rogers Arena in beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. Tonight, we have our first ever main event marquee matchup of the Toronto Raptors 2023-2024 season. First, the visitors coming to the Octagon right now with the manager, the unanimous NBA Manager of the Year, Mike Brown, weighing 250 pounds and 7 foot tall from Lithuania, the Dominator, Domantas Sabonis. And now, coming to the ring, the Octagon, with his manager from the continent of Europe and the country of Serbia, a mysterious new manager, Darko Rajakovic, and his fighter in the Octagon tonight, weighing 240 pounds, at 6'11" with braids, 7'1" with an afro. He's from West Palm Beach, Florida. This is Scottie Diamonds, Mr. 94 feet, Scottie Wayne Barnes. Gentlemen, let's get ready to dribble. And tonight, our referees for tonight's bout will be a very favorable referee crew for the home team, the Toronto Raptors. We've got crew chief Mark Lindsay. Mark Lindsay is from Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania, but now resides in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. He is in his 17th season as a referee. His favorite TV show is Family Guy. He loves to jam out to some Dave Matthews Band, y'all. He would most like to visit Rome. He wants to spend a family trip to Italy. It is the Family Guy, Mark Lindsay, who is our crew chief tonight. And I will tell you right now from my statistics and my Excel spreadsheet, we win under Mark Lindsay 58% of the time. Meanwhile, the Sacramento Kings, they only win 27% of the time. So our crew chief, Mark Lindsay, is quite favorable to the Toronto Raptors historically in matchups. So there you go. First head referee is on our side, 58% to 27%. Mark Lindsay is the head ref. The second ref tonight will be from Pennsylvania, also Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Aaron Smith is our second referee. His favorite TV show is Homeland, and his favorite movie is The Shawshank Redemption. He jams out to some John Legend. And, Aaron Smith is actually a very favorable ref for the Raptors also. We win 57% of the time when Aaron Smith is present. And meanwhile, the Sacramento Kings win 42% of the time. So a 57-42 split for the Raptors in this matchup. Our third referee is young Danielle Scott. She is in her third year out of Woodland Hills, California. Her favorite TV show is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She loves the movie Love and Basketball, and she would most like to visit Santorini. So there you go, Danielle Scott, a young referee. She wasn't too good for us a couple years ago, but she's come around last year. We win 60% of our games when Danielle is present. Meanwhile, the Kings win 50% of their games. So all three of the referees today check out to be favorable for the Toronto Raptors in our first game today. For today's game, the debut of Darko Rajakovic in Vancouver. If you are lucky enough to be going to that game, see more Pape, I applaud you, and I'm so proud of you. And go get there loud and show what you got to show. In some ways, I would say the Raptors should win this game partly because it's good for the NBA for the Canadian team to win in Canada. These people that are going to the game in Vancouver, they want to see the Raptors be successful. So don't be surprised if we win this game, partly looking at the ref crew, they're going to be our friend. So, yeah, there you go. Getting them right out of the way right now. The referee report and the new segment, the main event marquee matchup. That's right. Scottie versus Delaney. We talked about this earlier this week. The bully matchup, the Dominator versus Mr. Scottie Diamonds in that octagon tonight. That's right, baby. I'm all about the bully ball. Who's going to be bullying into the lane? Is it going to be Sabonis, or will it be our young Scott Wayne, who's going to be showing a little bit more initiative and a little more dominating towards the dominator? Yes, that's what we want to see, Scottie. That bam, 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 bam. It's a pretty even fight if you look at the size of the two men. I mean, they talk about Sabonis as being a bull in a china shop. Well, Scottie's got the same stats, baby. Afro taller. That's right. Yeah. So let's go. Let's go. I'll look at the latest lineup news right now. The Raptors have listed some people on their injury report for today. We know Precious is going to miss the game today because of a groin strain. And then Christian Koloko is also out for training camp because of a respiratory illness. So those are our only injuries for the game today. I don't see Otto Porter Jr. listed. He is likely to play today, even though he missed the open practice on Friday night. There are no injuries listed for the Sacramento Kings at all whatsoever at this point right now. So they are clear and ready to come and play in Vancouver tonight. So, yeah, there's your latest information getting you ready for tonight. Looks like Precious Koloko will be out for the Raps and nobody out for the Kings. Our ref crew is solid and good for Toronto. So there you go, y'all. How do you like the new pregame segment? I did it in under 7 minutes. Not bad, not bad. I want to see how that was going to go. Now I can come check on your comments. I was looking at the lineup for Sacramento, and it hasn't changed a whole lot from last year. And when I think about our starting five versus their starting five, I think we have a better starting five overall. In fact, I think we have a better top 9 players on our roster compared to the Sacramento Kings. So I'd like to see us beat the hell out of them today. Yeah, it'd be really fun to see Darko's system. Very successful right off the bat. And we are very, very enthusiastic and excited from what we're seeing today. That's what I'm predicting, and I'm hoping for today. That's right, y'all. All right, let me check in with y'all in the comments. We got Cowboy first. Canadian Cowboy in the house. Ta-da services. If you need anything done around your house in the greater Toronto area, Bradley and his brother will come there to your house and help you. You have something really heavy, you can't live by yourself, and you don't have any friends, Bradley will be your friend. If you need to wash a window that's really high up, he will come with a ladder and he'll do it if you're afraid of heights. So call Tada Services, look them up in the phone book, look them up on social media, and they will come and help you with whatever it is. They are there for you. Good morning, Lex and Freaks. Bam, Raptor Freaks. Bam, 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 bam. Raptor Freaks assemble. It's time to play today. 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time today. We will have basketball on the televisions. That's right, we will. That's right. Cowboy can't wait to watch Raptors basketball like all of us. I got my Raptors socks on. That's how I know the Raptors are playing today, because I got my socks on. That's right. Trevor J is here. Commissioner Trevor J. Did you see how I used the Commissioner's Cup, the Trevor J trophy, as my microphone today? That's pretty good. Trevor's saying, good morning, Raptors family. Happy game day Sunday. Yeah, happy game day to you, Trevor J. We love you, Commissioner, and thank you for all you do for this channel and just being a great leader in our channel with the words of wisdom and stuff. Amit Gaming is back today. I'm so happy and glad that you're back, Amit. I didn't want to make you upset with what I said yesterday. Listen, I want to first of all say this. I don't really have a clear side on what is going on in your country right now. I am against killing. I am against people dying and people subjugating and doing awful things to each other. Now, I know there's both sides are doing awful things to each other at the same way, in a lot of ways. And in some ways, neither one of the sides is right in this. There are no clear-cut answers or things for this situation. In some ways, I wish y'all could just get along like we do over here in Toronto. That, we have people of all faiths that live in this city, and they're able to live together and be all right. And I just wish that y'all could find this in your area of the world. I am so worried about you in some ways, because I know you live in Israel. and this is crazy. Y'all are at war. And in some ways, at your age, I worry about you getting drafted, young man, and stuff like that. I don't want you to go to war, man. I don't want you to have to grab a gun and go take it up against other people. So I want to bless you with good luck and fortune and happiness and safety, and for your family and loved ones also, and for people in Israel in general, and for people on the other side of things also. In some ways, I do believe in a state of Palestine, and I think it is important to allow the people that were already there to be able to live their lives still where they were. And I don't understand why y'all can't totally coexist. You know, religion is one of the worst things in the world, honestly. I'm anti-religion, and I don't stand beside Christian, Muslim, Jewish. I don't care what the fuck it is. I don't stand with any of y'all. I stand for humans and non-killing and being good people to each other. And that's the thing I care about in all this. I just want to clarify, just so y'all know where I stand on this. In some ways, the people of Palestine are oppressed, and there's a genocide going on over there, and that's messed up. And I ain't about that. And that's why, in some ways, I stand with Palestine from what I said yesterday. But I care about you, Amit, because you're my friend, and I want you to be safe in all of this. It's a horrible, horrible thing that's going on there, and nobody needs it, and it's awful. But I understand there's two sides to it. And maybe the press wants us to believe one side and this over this side or whatever, but I have my eyes wide open, and I can do critical thinking for myself. And I understand the situation to a degree, but I don't totally also. So I want to, with all due respect, if I rubbed you the wrong way yesterday with my commentary on the things that were happening. The other thing, I didn't realize how bad it was. I thought it was just normal skirmishes between the two sides. But no, it ramped up yesterday while I was on my stream, and I had no idea how awful and crazy it was getting over there. So all apologies from me, Amit. And I just wanted to clarify my stance on this situation. I really do believe in protecting the people of Palestine and allowing them to live their life. But also at the same time, I want y'all to be able to exist also. And I want y'all to just cohabitate and get along is really where I'm at with this. So Gamit's saying, good morning, y'all. Don't know if you have heard about what's going on in Israel, but me and my family are doing okay. Thank God, Amit. In some ways, like that was the first thing I thought about when I realized how bad it was over there. Well, I want Amit the GOAT to be safe in some ways, because in some ways, that's what matters the most is human life and being good to each other. There's going to be barbarians and fucked up people doing fucked up shit in war. There's opportunists and evil people that do this. I get it. But in some ways, there's good people on both sides also, and they're victims. And that is what we need to remember, that we stand up for the victims. We stand up for the people that are getting subjugated on either side. And it's not cut and dry, just this is this or this is this. I get it. I get it. So, yeah, we're so happy that you're okay. And I'm so glad you've returned to the chat. I wasn't sure if you were going to be mad at me for what I said yesterday. I have to be myself, and I have to be honest. And this is my honest take on this, what I just said, man, with all due respect. Amit saying also so excited for tonight. Let's go Raptors. Yeah, there you go. Once again, the Toronto Raptors playing and doing what they do on the court is a great distraction from tragedies and awful things that is going on. And thank God the Raptors are back tonight. And I appreciate you, Amit. And listen, I'm looking forward to competing with you this year in the fantasy league. It's going to be a lot of fun this year. So I'm so happy you're back. And of course, I enjoy your presence on Trivia Day also. So yeah, all right, Amit. Thank you for being here and allowing me to clarify how I feel about the situation in your country right now. I really do wish and pray for you guys and for the other side. I don't have a side. In some ways, I just want y'all to stop killing each other is basically where I'm at right now. Yeah, Trevor J saying lots of things are very important in life, but there was one thing is more important than everything. It's how we treat each other, because karma always comes back around. Ooh, Trevor J with his words of wisdom. He's saying, be careful what you put out there, because what you put out there, you're going to get back. And yeah, I think that's a good example. What's happening over there that we were just talking about. Hamas, be careful what you put out there, because what you're going to get back. And that's not good. That's not good what happened there. I mean, either way, I don't like killing. I don't like killing from either side going the other way. And I won't say, listen, I want Palestine to exist because these people were here a long time before. And in a lot of ways, I don't think two wrongs make a right. These people had nothing to do with what happened in World War II. And that's why I don't get why they're getting subjugated in all this in some ways. So it's really, in some ways, I don't get it why we have to have two negatives to make up for a wrong. Two negatives don't make a right, is what I'm saying. The things that happened in World War II were absolute atrocities. I acknowledge there was a Holocaust and millions of people were affected by it. And I'm not a denier of that. I very much agree that that happened. But at the same time, I don't agree with the same kind of activities of that kind of nature happening in Israel against Palestinians. So that's just where I stand on this. I'm for peace, love, and understanding, and people getting along and not killing each other. That's where I'm at with that. Yeah, there we go. Dana's here. Let's go. Let's go. And Dana's saying, good morning, everyone. I'm just waiting for Ross Atkins to be fired, and then everything will be copacetic in my world. Yeah, the Blue Jays fans are really mad at their GM leader for his press conference yesterday, kind of not really taking accountability, doing a little bit of that politician like shuffling away, kind of like any kind of like guilt in anything that happened with the Jays this year. Very funny. He said something like, I wasn't aware that they were going to pull him at that pitcher at that time. Yeah, whatever. I don't know enough about Ross Atkins or the Blue Jays situation to really give an informed opinion on this. I'll just say, let it work it out, and hopefully you'll get what you want. Hopefully you get what you want, and you'll be copacetic. We love Canadian Dana, and it's so happy to see her on this game day. Seriously, y'all. It's so happy to see her on this game day. Nameless is saying, is this day real? Somebody pinch me. It's a pimple. Cowboys saying, we're going to turn some kings into pawns. Let's go. He wants to turn them into pawns. That's right. You can play king. You're playing checkers, kings, because you get kings in checkers. King me. Oh, motherfuckers, we're playing chess, bitch, because we got Darko now. That's right. He's a chess master. He'd go up against Gary Kasparov. That's right, motherfuckers. We're coming with Gary Kasparov like chess moves to come and mess y'all up tonight. That's right. Rook goes this way. We're going to do that little castle move in chess. You know that one along the baseline where you take the rooks and you switch sides with the king? If you know chess, you know that move I'm talking about. Yeah, we're going to be doing that shit on a basketball court today. That's right. That's right. I love it. 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 Yes. Nameless is saying, slam that ish, cowboy. Slam that ish. You know what? I like that. Kings to pawns. That's very simple. Cowboy, you're not on throwing the dunk, the alley-oop this time. You're throwing down the dunk. That's right. Cowboy getting a dunk this morning. That's right. All right, let's see who else is in the chat with us today. Bam to Nameless. And Jimmy Pope is here. The Pope of Positivity is in the house. We love you, Jimmy. Ready to start another Raptors season. We're going to get ready tonight to see the new look Raptors with their new coach. Always happy to see Jimmy. He's saying, woo, let's crush them. Yeah, you guys like that I put it in the octagon? You know, with Scottie doing Ultimate Fighting Championship training this summer, it made it sense to like, that's such a badass matchup. Could you think about Scottie and Damadas in the octagon doing a real UFC fight? That would be an even fight, honestly, in some ways. These guys are about the same size and strength. I don't know. Scottie's probably faster than him, though. So maybe you can get an opportunity. Maybe Scottie would fight like Royce Gracie and kick him in his kidneys with his heel. Omari Parsons is here. Morning, family. Giving thanks for Raptor B-ball. That's right. Canadian Thanksgiving is here. In some ways, that is a very good weekend to practice gratitude. And we have a lot of gratitude today that we get to watch some Raptors basketball today. In some ways, we need to have gratitude that in some ways we live in a peaceful country right now in context and comparison to what Ahmet is dealing with in his home country right now. So there is a lot to be thankful for, y'all. Be thankful for your loved ones. Be thankful for your health. Be thankful for the good things in your life. And those things will multiply and accumulate. That's what the secret is. You want to have bad things in your life? Keep looking at them and keep dealing with them and dwelling on them. And you'll have more bad things. You want to have good things in your life? Go dwell on the good things. And they'll multiply. And your perception will be better and you'll be happier. There you go. That's the secret right there. I just gave it to you. I don't want no money for it. You just got it for free. There you go. Jimmy Pope saying long anticipated day. That's right. I'm excited. They had the first clip of Open Gym for the season kind of drop, and it was hilarious. We had Pat Delaney standing with Coach Darko at the open practice, and they noticed the Open Gym guys are filming them. And Pat Delaney has such a cool personality. You can tell he's like one of those guys. He's like one of those guys, if you wanted to go to the bar and have a beer with, you'd really enjoy hanging out with him because he's probably pretty funny. He's like, oh, I see you, coaches. over there watching. Yeah, I see you watching. It's that behind the scenes. And Darko sees it too, and he's quick to smile. And it's just like a funny little moment. It really is a good introductory moment on Open Gym for our new coaches. And then that whole clip was fire. We saw Darko working with different people, and we actually saw him coaching them. We saw him talking to OG about how to take the shot in this way and like what you do in this situation, coaching different players. And then they end it with Dennis, and he's saying to Dennis, he's like, this year it's us, it's we, and we're going to do something special this year. And Dennis is totally nodding in his head in agreement. I love it. I love what's happening, the things that are coming together with this Raptors team in training camp and what's going forward is really inspiring and exciting, because in some ways I can tell the vibes are off the charts right now. In fact, one of the symbols of it is last night, Scottie and Precious are putting each other on their Instagrams last night. I have not seen them do that in 2 years, y'all. In some ways, on the down low, Scottie and Precious are kind of competing with each other on the team in certain ways. And maybe Scottie sees Precious as a threat in some ways. Precious doesn't seem like he cares. In some ways, he's just doing his own thing. But the fact that we're seeing them connecting and doing things on social media with each other, sharing pictures together, I hadn't seen that yet. You know, they have ties from Montverde, and they do know each other very well. In some ways, their friendship has always been very good. But sometimes I worry about that, because in some ways, they're both the two young studs coming up on our team. And, you know, in some ways, Precious could grow like Scott too. And I don't want him to be seen as a competitive person on the team, like somebody that he should be worried about. They should be looking at each other as collaborators, and they want to get as better and better as together, because that'll elevate the team to the higher levels and winning a championship. So yeah, man, there's so much cool stuff going on right now for sure. Isaac saying, "At Ahmed, glad you're okay." Yeah, we really are, man. I don't know much about the Israel's geography and everything and where the fighting is. I know it's down near the south of it, I think. I don't know. And hopefully you're in another region far, far away from any kind of danger. Because honestly, I want everybody to be safe. I don't care whose side or what side you're on. I just want humans to be safe and get along and stop being barbarians. That's what I got to say on that whole thing right there. Yeah. Nameless like my with Afro call. Well, it's true. The man is 6'11" now. He said it, but that's on his head. If he puts his hair out of braids and he has it up, that's 7'1". I'm sorry. We can say that. We can say that. That's right. Yeah, Nameless loves it. He loves it. You guys like the new Marquee main event matchup? That's the new thing this year. It's not going to be the mascot matchup. We're going to do that this year. Yeah, Cowboys saying, everyone ain't up yet in your neighborhood. They're now up. Cowboys probably right. If everybody ain't up in my neighborhood yet, they're now up. Yeah, I did do a little bit. It's going to be a loud one, I guess. For me to really do it right, I'm going to have to put some volume into it, I think. Yeah, that's hilarious, Cowboy. Let's get ready to dribble. Yeah, you love it. Hey, it's good. And you got me and Mo on blast. I love it. I love it. Evelyn's here. Good morning, fam. Woohoo. This is it. Let's go, Raptors. Happy Thanksgiving Sunday, freaks. We are thankful, grateful, and blessed to have each other. Yes, Granny Evelyn. Blessed for the Raptor-Freak family. Blessed for the Raptors playing today. Blessed to have Thanksgiving, to be able to celebrate it with people that we love. Evelyn, I hope that you get to hug baby Candace today. Kiss her on the forehead and enjoy a great Raptors win today, Granny Evelyn. We love you. Cowboys saying, please get better, Koloko. Yeah, it's concerning. It's very concerning. I don't like when guys are out for mystery reasons, or they seem like they're out for too long, or what they're out for. And this seems like Koloko's out for something really weird right now. Nameless is saying, this is BS. I'm mad at the organization for not fixing Christian. Well, in some ways, how did they do that? You know what? Is McKechnie coming in? I'm doing all I can. I'm doing all I can, Captain. What do you want from me, Dr. McKechnie? Come on, you get in there and tinker around in him like he's an android or something. Open the side panel, Dr. Alex. And if you hit reset, he'll reboot and he'll be fine. What do you want him to do, Nameless? Come on. This man's from Cameroon. He's flesh and blood. And it's not like they can go in there and tinker with him and put some antivirus software in him or something like that. Come on now. Edmund's here. Good to see Race Mode Daily. We love you, Race Mode Daily. And you better get your lineup ready, Edmund. You're playing me in the first week in our fantasy league. And I want to see you as an active manager this year, giving it your best. because this is going to be fun. Head-to-head is like fantasy football style. So it's like a head-to-head matchup, you and me in the first week of the season. So you better be ready. You got me in the first week, Edmund. So you better be ready. OG, Jakob, Dennis. No, that's Pascal, Scottie, and me starting 5. I'm the starting point guard, y'all. The mystery is solved. It's not Scottie. It's not Dennis. It's not Malachi. It's me. I'm going to be starting at point guard for the Raptors tonight. That's right. Thank you, Edmund. I didn't realize that. I better catch my plane. I'm going to be like Dennis on the CEO, like Raptors jet. I'm going to be like, yeah, bring me the jet, Teresa Resch. I'm going to Vancouver. I'm going to play point guard. That's right. No, Dennis is the point guard. It's official. It is official. He said it in interviews in the last couple of days. Jakob will have to get ready to be playing with a new point guard in Dennis. That's what he said straight up. And he had them playing with the Dennis, the starting lineup at the open practice. So all signs are pointing to exactly what we predicted this summer. That Dennis Schroeder is the 5th starter, the new starter replacing Fred, and he will be playing point guard. That just makes so much sense. Don't get trapped in your minds, Raptors fans, that he's going to be like Fred. No, he's not. He's going to be the opposite of Fred as far as he's going to give the ball to other people way more than he's going to shoot himself. That's his MO for the last few years. When he plays with LeBron, you think he's hogging the ball and not giving the ball to LeBron when he played with the Lakers? No, he gave the ball to LeBron. He knows what's right for him. So don't worry, Scottie lovers. Even if he's not going to be the point guard, his point guard's going to set him up just like he set up King James when he was in La La Land. So, yeah, nothing to hate about this. Dennis is a very solid, learned vet who knows this league very well, knows the other players. He's very smart. In fact, he's one of these point guards that actually reads the coach when he's calling plays. We've heard about this phenomenon lately that Rajon Rondo was won some playoff game because he actually knew the play from watching the coach. Well, Dennis is this kind of player. He can read coaches from the other side and understand what they're calling, and he knows what to do without even having to interfere with our coach. That's what I'm saying. Really, really smart, and you're going to see it very, very soon. I'm excited about it. I am so excited about it. There was footage yesterday from practice of Dennis standing with Coach Darko and Coach Gordon Hebert. Like I said, his German coach has been at training camp all week. He lives in Vancouver. He's Canadian. Of course, he's going to be there too. So it's not hard for him to go down to Toronto Raptors training camp and hang around Dennis and the Raptors and help Darko and maybe talk to him a little bit about how you're going to use Dennis. Well, this is how we used him on the German national team. So it's good to see the coach that Dennis told him to get his hands off of him, is showing that kind of initiative and support for Dennis and the Raptors and coming down and hanging out with us. So thank you, Gordon, for being there, man. Thank you for coming down and being around there and being there for Dennis and for Darko. Yeah, there you go. 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 Stargate. Good morning, Raptors freaks. Preseason game today. We ready? Yeah, Stargate. I'm ready to run through the Stargate to the portal to get to the game in Vancouver as the starting point guard of the Toronto Raptors. I accept this challenge. Thank you. I will be there, Edmund. Thank you. Fiercely saying, good morning, fam. Happy Sunday and happy Thanksgiving. WNBA Finals starting today at 3. Go Liberty. Later, the Raps are on. I'm so happy. Fiercely's got a lovely, lovely, lovely basketball day ahead of her. That's right. WNBA Finals starting today. Of course, it's the Aces versus the Liberty. And man, she's rooting for the Liberty. I'm kind of going for them too. The Aces would be nice if they can build a dynasty. But some ways we like to see other people get up there and win too. I'm sure the city of New York would love to win a championship. It's been a little while. So yeah, in some ways I'm rooting for the Liberty also, but in some ways I'm not. In some ways I kind of don't want to root for New York City. But hey, WNBA action today. That's right. Make it a doubleheader. Watch the WNBA Finals game and then watch our Raptors preseason game later. That's right. G's saying, Amit, I'm glad you're okay. That's what matters here most. Like in a lot of ways, that's what matters here most. We want you to be safe and to be okay. And I don't want you to put up arms and go fight too, man. That's what I worry about too. I know that how it is there. You guys all do police or army at some age in Israel. I get it. And in some ways, I know you're going to be at that age at some point, and that duty is expected of you. It's just that you don't need to be going into those ages with this kind of stuff ramping up. No. So I worry about you, man. War is an awful awful thing. My family has been involved in war too, and it's not a pretty thing. It's not a pretty thing. My grandfathers both fought in wars, and my grandfather, it was in Estonia, and he was not a part of either side. He was fighting both sides. He fought the Allies and the Axis because he didn't want nobody there. That's right. He just wanted people to leave his country. So whether it was the Nazis coming, he wanted them to leave. He wanted the Soviets to leave also. So yeah, it's not always so cut and dry. There's people that get caught up in the middle. And for you, young man, who just started high school, I worry about you getting drafted and having to go to fight. That's something I worry about with you, man. But we're really glad you're okay. Monique is here. Of course, the super fan Monique Lawrence, the greatest, will be here with us this morning. Good morning, everyone. Happy game day. Finally, let's go, boys. That's right. Let's go, Raptors tonight. It's going to be exciting. I want to see how much we get to see deep into the bench. You know, these preseason games, sometimes the first half is very starters, and then the second half, we don't see a whole lot of the guys from the starting lineup. So we'll see how Darko plays it tonight. I'm excited about the debut of his system. His system's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. And I think the players are excited about playing in it too. It seems like there is some genuine enthusiasm around the players about the new system for sure. Amit's saying, go Liberty. That's right. Go New York Liberty. You know what? In some ways, I don't really have a horse in it. I don't mind either team winning, but I told you why I may not want the Liberty to win. New York getting championships? Yeah, go Aces, go Becky. Yeah, all right. Cool Cat saying, good morning, Raptor-Freak crew. Today we see the first trial of Coach Darko's system. We are still a work in progress, so remember, we need to be patient. Players are still adjusting. Yeah, I'm totally with you on this, Cool Cat. We have a favorable ref crew, and our guys are mostly healthy. Now, this is the thing. I want to look at, just real quick, I'm going to look at Sacramento's depth chart. Now, you tell me if you don't think our starting lineup can beat this starting lineup. You got Dennis versus De'Aaron Fox. I know De'Aaron Fox is a quick guy, and he may be their best player. But in some ways, Dennis is a great foil defensively to try and contain him. And this is something we couldn't say last year. Seriously, if you could think about that matchup, De'Aaron Fox versus Fred, yeah, what's happening there? Yeah. Kevin Herter at shooting guard versus OG. Yeah, come on now. Who's the better defender? You know, Kevin may be a really good shooter, but OG's a much better all-around player, and he definitely wins that matchup. I'm sorry. Harrison Barnes versus Scottie Barnes. Come on, y'all. What are you going to pick a Barnes? You going to pick that Barnes? You going to pick that Barnes? Are you Arthur Two Sheds Jackson? No, we don't need two Barnes. We need one Barnes, and that's Scottie Wayne Barnes. That's this guy right here, number 4. That's right. I got my Scottie jersey already. I'm going to be putting this on later for the game. That's right. I'll be ready for this game. So, yeah, if we're picking a barn, we're going to pick a barn to buy. We're picking the Scottie A. Diamonds barn. That's right. That's right. And then continuing with looking at the matchup, Keegan Murray. This guy was a rookie last year. He's coming up against Pascal Siakam, all NBA 2 times. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's Raptors advantage right there, baby. So in some ways, I could say we beat them in 3 out of the 4 positions so far. I'll give De'Aaron Fox over Dennis. But those other 3 in the middle, we beat them there. And then you got Sabonis versus Poeltl. In some ways, I say this is a push. This is a push. Some people say, well, Demantis is an all-star. Of course he's better than Poeltl. I don't know. In some ways, I could argue that Poeltl's either equal, but maybe just slightly not as good as Demantis. I don't know. I could argue that, seriously. So, yeah, and then if you start thinking about bench, this is their bench. Davion Mitchell, who honestly is not that good. Malik Monk is very good. Alex Len, come on, y'all. Alex Len. JaVale McGee, Trey Lyles, Chris Duarte. Now, they do have 2 Canadians off the bench. They're pretty good players, Duarte and Trey Lyles. But, yeah, otherwise, most of their bench is kind of sus. Seriously. I know Sacramento was really good last year, and I expect them to be fairly good this year, but they may take a step back from last year, actually, because in some ways their talent, I don't know. That team isn't that flashy or like Marquee to me. So I feel like we have a way more talented, better team than they do. And they were a very top team in the Western Conference last year. So let's gauge it that way. There you go. Just doing a little lineup matchup check there. Yeah, it's very interesting. Nameless is saying, I'm hoping that Sacramento realizes tonight, oh, crap, Toronto's back. Spread the word. That's the effect we want to have. You know, we have our coach actually coaching and calling plays, and our guys are actually executing plays and getting open and getting easier shots and all those kind of things. Yeah. That's what we want tonight, Nameless. And that's right. We do want to have that kind of feeling of doom for the other teams where they're like, oh, crap, the Raptors are not going to be worse this year. In fact, they may be better than they were last year. Ah, crap. Amit's saying, I hate the war. I want this to end already. Why can't everyone just live in peace like in Canada? See, Amit's in Israel right now, and he hates the war from within it. And I'm with you on this, man. We're peaceful people. Listen, at some point, it's like, I get it. Everybody has different issues with religion. Just let them go. There's fundamentalists on every religion that are awful. There's fundamentalist Christians. There's fundamentalist Muslims. There's fundamentalist Jewish people. And they're all awful to me. The fundamentalists are the problem here. The ones that take their religion so seriously, they want to kill people over it. Yeah, those are the people that need to get more progressing in life. And I don't care which one I just named. If you're any of those types, you're an awful person. You could be a Christian that lives in Missouri that is a fundamentalist that wants to kill all the Muslims in the world. I hate you. I hate you. I hate all these people that hate other people because of religious reasons. So, yeah, I love that you said that, Ahmed, and we're on the same page on this. We just want the war to end. We want people to get along, just like in Canada. That's right. Fiercely saying that, Cowboy, when will you open a franchise in Ottawa? Lots of things to do in my area for friends and I. There you go, Bradley. You may need to expand Tada to the capital city because there's some people there that you that need some work done. Maybe, Bradley, you need to swoop through there and do a tour or something. Go out there and do a bunch of work one time or something. I don't know. Maybe you can franchise this out and get a Tada services in Ottawa. Brainstorming, and there's a market for you, man. Let's do this, Bradley. I don't need to be involved. I'll be a silent partner, and I don't get any money. I'm just a partner, but I don't get any money, and I don't say anything. Well, wait, I do say something, though. I do say something on the stream. So I'm advertising. Yes. All right. Nameless saying, I'm at the GOAT, respect and protection. Put a big protective sphere of energy around you and all your loved ones, everyone you care about. I want them protected right now. Yeah, Nameless is saying straight up, I stand for spirituality, not religion. That's right. That's right. There's so many atrocities in the history of mankind committed in the name of religion. So what the fuck, man? Can we not see a correlation here? Can we not evolve as a species beyond, theological ideas that make us want to kill each other? It's so messed up. Seriously, it's so messed up. I don't mind if you worship whatever you want to worship. Just don't worship something to the extent where you want to kill people. That's messed up. That is so messed up. Cowboy saying, fiercely, one day, hopefully. See, it's open. Maybe you might get a Tada services in Ottawa soon. That's right. That's right. Fiercely saying, Ahmed, trivia is Tuesday, not today. Just kidding. Take care of yourself, like Lex wished. See, Fiercely's talking a little bit of trivia trash right here. I wasn't sure if Amit was going to be mad at me for what I said yesterday, and I'm glad he isn't. And in some ways, I'm really glad you're here again because seriously, you are valued. And in some ways, I don't want to keep losing Fiercey's trivia opponents. It's like we already lost Iceman. It's like Fiercey's just going to have a run to the end with no competition if people keep quitting or something. I don't want Amit to quit. And that's why I'm so happy he's here this morning because he is a valued member of this channel. And, I don't want him to leave because of something stupid like war. No, that's not that. We don't want more destruction from it in this kind of way. We want him still in the Raptor-Freak family and being a part of us. We can all disagree to an extent, but the one thing that we all agree on is we're for life and we're against war. And that's the most important thing right there. Let's see. Jimmy's saying Vegas has us at 37 wins. They're going to find out real quick. That's a mistake. Yeah, go make some easy money, Jimmy Pope. Vegas odds are always so stupid this time of year when they're pertaining to the Raptors. They're always a little bit lower. And honestly, people can make money every single year betting on the Raptors. Seriously, it's just the part of the American perception of downgrading us and with the media and the way they think. Well, they're never right. And we're always but way better than they think. So Raptors fans, go make some money. Put a bet down in Vegas on this stupid win total idea that they got right now. They're smarter at ESPN. They're actually saying 42.7 wins, and they got us 5 more wins than what the Vegas odds are. They know. They're starting to realize it. They see the vibes around the team. They're understanding Dennis Schroeder and Darko are here with us, and maybe the Raptors are going to be pretty good. Amit's saying also, I don't believe that this is okay on either side. I just want everybody to be happy and live in peace. Yeah. That's basically, you have the same opinion as me on this. Listen, I don't like that this situation is going on like this. I believe that you guys are there and you're established and you have a country there too. It's not that I'm a for the destruction of Israel or anything either. It's just I think that you guys could figure this out. There's land there, and in some ways, I don't like the encroachment of the Palestinians and how they're getting pushed more, squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. I mean, there's so much land out there. And I understand you're kind of like, well, why don't you go to the other countries that are like you and like you around you? I don't know. It's not so simple. There's a lot to it. And it's been going on for so long. It's really kind of hard to figure out. So I'm not smart enough to figure it all out. In some ways, it's something that I don't want to dwell on too much. But right now, it's in the forefront of the news. And it is a very, very big deal. Atrocities are wrong on either side. And I denounce barbarians doing atrocities on either side of this conflict right now. And Ahmed, respect, seriously, serious respect. Stargate saying, I have a friend in Iliad, Israel, and she said, I'm not sure if I pronounced that wrong. All apologies if I didn't. And she says it's scary what's going on. And she sent me some pictures that's been trending on social media, disturbing stuff. Now, I've heard some of these awful stories about some of the things that are happening here. Some people are blaming Israeli security for having a fail in intelligence to allow this attack to have happened. And that may be true. In some ways, they really do keep on top of things and keep things protected in certain ways. I don't know. This isn't so cut and dry. And there's a lot of atrocities going both ways. In some ways, the media outlets will show you just one side depending on where they're trying to get you to go. And it could be either way. Some sides will be pro-Palestine. Some sides will be pro-Israeli. And in some ways, they're showing the worst of the other side to try and curry favor for you to get angry against the other side. I get that. In some ways, the numbers don't lie. The number of Palestinians that have been killed in the last 20 years is way, way higher and dwarfs the number of Israelis. Some of that is because of technology and support from the West. Some of that is for a lot of different reasons. So in some ways, it's not right either way. I don't want to talk about this too much. I mean, we're trying to do this fairly. This is such a sensitive topic, especially right now. And in some ways, I don't really want to lose anybody from watching this channel over that conflict over there. And that's why I'm so glad Ahmed's here. If anybody's going to be pissed at me, Ahmed, living in Israel, could be pissed at me for what I said yesterday. But I'm glad that he has a balanced view of it. In some ways, it's very humanitarian. And that's where we have in common. We both have a very humanitarian view of this whole thing. And I appreciate that. You're a very wise young man, Ahmed. And in some ways, keep your love for all people, because that's really important. That's the thing that they want us to divide and be against each other. Let's see. Cowboys saying 37 games. What a joke. 37 games. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. 37 games. What does that mean, Bradley? What 37 games? Monique is saying, don't let Sabonis go off. Well, let's see if we can hold him down. Like I said, Jakob is a good person to wrestle with him in the lane. You want to try your bull in the China shop bullshit with the Jakob Poeltl down there? You go ahead. DeModis, go head first into him. See what happens. We'll have to see. I don't want him to go crazy today either. In some ways, who's more of a threat for the Raptors today? Is it De'Aaron or DeModis? I don't know. Maybe we can contain a De'Aaron a little better because of the height thing with having taller guards. And Dennis around is going to be a big difference for handling Fox than in past years. Seriously, Schroeder's going to be good on defense in certain ways that we missed. Trust me. So we're going to have to see how that goes. Let's see. Ahmet saying Stargate, oh my God, she is close to the Gaza, praying for her. It really is in some ways geography where you are in Israel right now, the degree of danger that you're in. Definitely. I'm glad to hear that Ahmet's in an area that's probably pretty safe, which is really good. Cowboys saying they probably got 40 for Sacramento. Oh, you're talking about the wins totals. I don't even know what they said for Sacramento. They're in the West, first of all. And honestly, they probably have a winning total. They probably gave them like 43 or 44 or maybe even 45. Wayne saying basketball, Lex. We're staying away from what's happening in Palestine on this channel. We believe in human rights for all. Kindly advise on the betting. What does under and over mean? Okay, Wayne. And I like what he's saying. He's trying to get our focus back to what matters today for us. And that is a preseason game in Vancouver against the Kings. And I appreciate that, Wayne. This is what I'll say. Yeah, we do believe in human rights for all. And in some ways, like I said, I'm not for genocide of the Palestinians at all in any kind of way. Kindly advise on the betting. What does under and over mean? Well, if you want to bet, all right, they're saying we're going to win 37.5 wins this season. You want to bet the over. And that means that they'll get more than what they're saying. So if you want to bet the under, you would bet that they were going to get less wins than that. So that's basically it right there, Wayne. No problem answering any kind of betting questions and helping with bets. Stargate saying at Amit, she and her family are safe for now. They all went to work today and they thankfully haven't had any violence. Man, all right. Yeah. If we can switch gears and kind of stay away from this, that'd be great. Nameless is saying, I just want you all to know the Italians had nothing to do with the Holocaust. We couldn't stop that nut either. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to point fingers right now. You don't have to be defensive like Siakam at Media Day, Nameless. I'm not calling you selfish. It's all good. Nako saying, I'm against the American military industrial complex more than anything. I'm interested in this EuroLeague MVP Sacramento has. Oh, thank you, Gerald, for coming in, switching up the gears. You know what? And you're right. I'm against them too. I do not like America's like policing of the whole entire world and trying to get their fingers and everything and being manipulative in certain ways. In some ways, this is part of the situation in Israel, the United States being involved in this to try and have foothold in Muslim countries of like power and bases and stuff. There's some degree of like strategy that's involved in that for sure. And I'm with you. The prison and military industrial complex of the United States. Yes, Nako. Yes. The EuroLeague guy you're talking about, I believe Amit was talking about him one day too. Isn't that Sasha Venchenkoff? In fact, I believe Amit drafted him to his fantasy team. So this is the guy you're talking about, the EuroLeague MVP. We'll have to see him, Nako. We'll have to see. He's off the bench. We'll see what kind of game he's got. Monique is saying ESPN has us 37 wins the last time I checked. Well, they've updated it. Kevin Pelleton came out with a report like 3 days ago, and it said 42.7. So they have us over 500, and they have us with the same amount of wins as the Miami Heat. So that's what I'm hearing. They have us at 8th, 42.7. That's ESPN's latest rankings, Monique. So 42.7, 8th in the East. I said it on the stream the other day. I went over it a couple of days ago. Cool Cat saying sports is a great distraction to all the ills in the world. It brings us together and heals souls. You know, that's a great point, Cool Cat. In some ways, this distraction is so that these rich people can do all kinds of crazy, crooked shit and keep us pacified and distracted. Exactly. That's part of the thing. In some ways, that's what sports is all about, is keep them distracted from like what we're doing that's awful around the world. And in some ways, I hate that. You know, it's like these kind of like made up controversies or celebrity stories that they put out in the news to distract from like a politician being corrupt and doing this kind of this or this. There's some misdirection stuff. In some ways, I don't mind the distraction of the basketball because we love it so much and we are Raptor freaks. But we got to also realize that that is a tool that the powers that be use to keep us not paying attention to things they don't want us to pay attention to. Yeah, there you go. Always love to Cool Cat for sure. Cool Cowboy saying, I think Liberty and Grady will have the most points for the Raptors tonight. That's an interesting prediction, Cowboy. So you're figuring maybe because they're going to go heavy on the bench. I'm not going to make this prediction with you. I think Scottie's going to have the most points tonight. I think that he's going to dominate the first half of the game, and he may not play much in the second half, but he'll get 20-plus points in the first half. Nobody else will get 20 points. It'll be very, very even. But Scottie's going to go out there and bust it up. Maybe Pascal. I could see him getting 20 maybe also. But mostly, I think Scottie's going to be the leading scorer for the Raptors tonight. He wants to make a big statement right away. He's going to do it tonight. That's right. I think it's what's going to happen. I'd love to see a great showing from Grady or Freeman, Liberty. But there's no guarantees on that. So in some ways, I'm going to pick the one I think will probably do it, and that's Scottie. It's probably Scottie. Nameless is saying, Lex, you were bang on with your analysis. That it looks like basketball again. Yeah. Thank you, Nameless. Well, there must be a reason why some of y'all like to watch me. Hopefully, I give some sort of quality content here. Mark Lindsay, baby. Let's go, Family Guy. Yeah. Love you, he's a Family Guy. That's his nickname with me because his favorite show is Family Guy, and all of his like bio has to do with like things he wants to do with his family. It's like, Mark Lindsay, you're a great family guy. We love you, Mark Lindsay. Should I give them their food? Should I go up? I didn't even talk about their food in that whole thing. Should I talk about their food? Mark Lindsay likes to eat. You know what? They took it off there, guys. I think they took the food stuff off there because they were like, man, this guy's making crazy ref reports up north. At least Mark Lindsay doesn't have one. Aaron Smith has just any breakfast meal. So, and then they have fettuccine Alfredo for Danielle Scott. So Mark Lindsay don't have no food on his anymore. Why didn't he used to have it on there? I thought he had it last year. Maybe they're asking the refs this year, like, do you want your favorite food on your profile this year? No. Some crazy guy in Canada was talking about what I like to eat. Cowboys saying, if I had a house, I bet it all that the Raptors will win more than 37 games. Well, there you go, Cowboy. You know, maybe you can make a bet that gets you to a house by putting that bet in. I don't know. You figure it out. Stargate saying, tonight, I'm not really interested in if the Raptors win. I just want to see how they play and see more of the bench and fringe players. You know, I'm with you on this. It doesn't really matter if we win or not, but we do want to kind of see it in success. It'd be nice to see it go against a top Western team and be very successful. You know, in some ways, once again, I'll say it. There's fans coming to this game in Vancouver that love NBA basketball, and in some ways they want to be treated to the home team winning. And in some ways, sometimes these kind of games, like I said, the NBA knows how to manipulate games to help people win. In some ways, the referees are already telling me they want the Raptors to win tonight because partly it's in Canada and they want to make the Canadian market strong for the Raptors. So, you know, in some ways, they don't want a bunch of people that are enthusiastic about the Raptors to come down there and see them shit the bed and be awful. And then they're like, I don't want to watch them this year. So, you know, there's a little bit of shaping to this. And it is very much a night where the NBA wants the Raptors to win. Let's just put it that way. Let's keep going. Cool Cat saying, Scottie and Precious hang out socially off the court, which is great. They are closer in age and stage of career compared to OG. Yeah. I mean, it's just natural. They both showed up at the same time on the team. They've been on the team for a couple of years now. And in some ways, you know, it could be an internal rivalry. In some ways, Precious and Scottie smack of T-Mac and Vince. And that's what I worry about. Maybe I have trauma from the bullshit that happened with McGrady and Carter from 20 years ago, that why McGrady had to go to Orlando because of things. I just worry about that kind of thinking getting in anybody's heads about Achua and Barnes. Because in some ways they are both going to be big time, and we'd like to keep both of them. Because if we could have kept Tracy and Vince back in the day, that would have been a really good thing. Trust me, that would have been a really, really good thing. I know that they're friendly with each other and they're cool with each other. It's just I hadn't seen a lot of signs of it on social media until yesterday, which was really, really cool. Nako's saying, here's hoping Grady leads in minutes. I don't know if that's likely, Nako. In some ways, you know, he's not built into his NBA body. This is what he said in his interview the other day. It's like, one of the things I got to do over the next couple of years is build my body up so that I'm ready, like more able to play in the NBA physically. So in some ways, you don't want to overplay Grady just because he's a rookie and it's the first game. We got to let him get his conditioning. And in some ways, like they're ramping up Otto Porter Jr. to get ready for this season, they should be ramping Grady up to a degree also as a rookie who's new. So I don't know if he should lead minutes just in case. That's probably not right. Maybe Pascal could lead minutes again. But once again, this is an exhibition game, and they're going to be trying things, and they're not going to be giving everybody the normal kind of rotation minutes. They're going to be giving looks and seeing different guys. Some of it is trying the end of the guys at the end of the bench, the 21, 20, and 19 of the bench, like Mogi and Maker. Those guys are going to have to get some time to try and make the team. So there's going to be some distribution of minutes is maybe more equal in different ways. Cowboys saying, have you talked about our fantasy basketball yet? What do you think of our teams? All right, Cowboy, I'm going to do your team right now. I'm not doing a special on the fantasy league specifically. It's just if you guys request me to analyze your team, I'll go and look at it real quick, and I'll tell you what I think of it. So we'll look at Tada today. We've looked at Ahmed. We've looked at Fiercey's team. So we're going to look at Bradley's team today. Bradley, your team has OG Anunoby on it. I really like that. That is your Raptor. Of course, we love OG. He's going to be fantastic this year. I think you went and picked Victor Wembanyama with your first pick very early in the draft. And I thought that was amazing that you have such confidence in young Victor. I won't dispute that's not I think that's a good move because I think Victor is going to be really, really good right away. Your team is overly young. Like you have 5 rookies on your team, including both Thompson twins, Victor, Bilal Coulibaly. So you got Victor and his buddy. You got the Thompson twins, and then you even got Cason Wallace also. I love that. I love how youthful your team is, but I don't know if that'll translate to winning in our league this year. But hey, you got a lot of youngsters on your team, like James Bouknight. You got Kenny Lofton Jr. You got James Wiseman. Paolo Banchero, the rookie of the year from last year, and John Morant and Jalen Green. So you got some high-flying, really good guards and Jalen Green and John Morant, OG Anunoby. This is a neat team. It's fun. It's a fun team. I like that you have such a youth movement, Bradley, but in some ways, that's a lot of risk, like having youth movement. But some of these guys could really knock it out of the park for you. I think the Thompson twins have a lot of promise, and of course, Victor does too. So, Bradley, I love your team. I think it's very fun. It's very young, though. It's very, very young. And I love that you made sets, that you got Victor and Bilal, and you got the Amin and Ausar Thompson together. That's fantastic stuff, Bradley. There you go. I love your team. How about that? Most saying that last part of Open Gym is golden. Gave me chills. Happy Thanksgiving, Raptorfreak family. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Monique. All the gratefulness in my life is towards you guys, my loved ones, and the life and my health. And I appreciate y'all so much. Yeah, I really like that interaction with Dennis and Darko. It really kind of shows the future is like these guys are serious about all for one, one for all. Dennis is bought in. Dennis is excited. Like in some ways, I was worried that Dennis was going to come into the season like it's a drop off from like the highs of being FIBA World Cup MVP and winning that tournament. You know, how can he like top that? Well, he hasn't come in with any less enthusiasm than what he was showing with the German team. And in some ways, I was worried that he was kind of like, yeah, I'm just showing up to my day job. I'm going to collect my paycheck and kind of just show up. No, he's not doing that. He's very much coming in with the same kind of energy he had around the German national team. And I love that about him. I love that. He's giving his full effort no matter what he's doing, whether it's for the German team or for the Toronto Raptors. So, Dennis, you're the ultimate professional. You're a great role model. You're a great father and a great wife. And we a great husband. Sorry, great father, great wife, great husband. And we appreciate you so much, Dennis. We really, really do. We're so happy you're in our Red Raptor jersey. Seriously, man. Oh, my gosh. Nako saying, to be fair, it's hard to prevent a respiratory illness. I mean, you got to wear that mask, right? You got to wear that everywhere you go. I don't know. In some ways, I wonder if it is COVID. They're not going to overtly tell us that Christian Koloko had COVID and he's dealing with long COVID or something like that. What is it? This is so messed up. When you say a long-term respiratory problem, that really makes me think COVID and makes me worried. It's not that he still actively has COVID. It could be that he got COVID and he has lingering effects of long COVID. And that's what I really worry about for Christian right now. Does he have long COVID effects right now? Because that could be bad for his career in some ways. Wayne Strainer saying our dumpster fire still produced 41 wins. We gave up roughly 13 leads. We make 1 or 2 more shots, and we are roughly 6 more wins. Improved shooting drills as seen in practice solves that issue. Yeah, very matter of fact and logical what Wayne's saying here, and I agree with it completely. We left a lot of games on the table last year by not executing at the end of games and allowing teams to beat us when in the past – we executed so much better and effectively in the last 2 minutes and made sure we won. We need to get that back. In some ways, Fred was tied up with this stuff. In some ways, he was not doing a good job of it last year. And, well, we need to find the guys that are going to step up and do it this year. And I think Darko's really excited about discovering who he can depend on in these kind of situations for this year. You know, Dennis is somebody who can do this kind of stuff. I want to see Scottie take more initiative and try and dominate the end of games to carry us home to wins. In some ways, he's intimated in interviews recently that he's ready to take that challenge and be the guy at the end of the game that carries us home with making big baskets and dominating at the end of the game, being the man. So I'm all about this. And Wayne's right. There were a lot of games this past year that if we just gone a little bit different, our win total would have been even better than it was. And that was in a really crappy chemistry year. So there you go. G saying my friend caught COVID and was on puffers for 1 year after. Only time heals in that case. Jeez. Nako saying I think Sabonis is a poor man's Jokic. He's not anywhere near like Jokic in some ways, though. Jokic has a whole side to him that's like Arvydas Sabonis. So yes, I guess you could say that. Sabonis's father is a lot like Jokic. If you go watch his father play from back in the day for the Portland Trailblazers, and even in his European career before that, you might see more things and similar between Arvydas Sabonis and Jokic. So yeah, I don't know. Demonis does not have that kind of passing chops that Jokic and his dad do. You got to understand the way that Arvydas Sabonis used to pass the ball. He did a lot of behind the back stuff. He do like over his shoulder, not looking stuff, and that's kind of like what Jokic is doing right now. The crazy passes. So I don't know. I'll kind of disagree, but I'll say that if you put Arvydas' name in there instead of Demonis, I'll agree then. But then again, it might be the argument is that Nikola Jokic is a poor man's Arvydas Sabonis instead of the other way around. Stargate saying the most interesting team in the West this year is, believe it or not, Portland. I like the team better without Dame. You know, this is a great take, Stargate, and I do too. I was looking at that graphic of all they collected after all of the crazy flurry of trades. And I'm like, this has actually got some real cool talent and some very interesting kind of prospects. In some ways, they're kind of like Utah last year. Utah did so much moving with Gobert and Mitchell going out and coming in with so many weird young stuff. And they actually were pretty good. I thought they were tanking last year, but they played really well with Walker Kessler and Lauri Markkanen and those guys. So I think that you're right in some ways. I think that Portland in some ways may find out that without Dame, there's something weird about filling that void that allows for things in some ways. Once again, this may be a similar thing to kind of the thing with Fred, with us, that Portland may be feeling there without Dame, is what I'm saying. Yeah, Mischief has got a sly face on. Trivia beef. Yeah, you want me to do a trivia on beef? I'll just do meat-related questions on Tuesday, y'all. I gave away the subject, Amit. Go do a bunch of research ahead of time. We're doing trivia beef this week. Yeah. Name is saying, by the way, I reached out to Brother Iceman, and apparently he bears no ill will. It's his work schedule, night shifts, and he has held him out of our illustrious chats. I love to hear this, Nameless. See, listen, I love healing things. I've had different falling outs with very, very important, very, very valued members of this channel. You know, Raymond Jacob and I got into it once about like gun control. And that was a falling out for a little bit, but still, Raymond Jacob and I are still cool. He watches still. He's not in the chat very much, but he is around still, and he comes to our meet and greets, and we love Raymond. But there was a point in time where he said something about Trump, and he pissed me off, and I went off. And you know, these things happen. I thought that the thing that happened with Iceman like Gervin, I have regrets about some of the things I said in that situation. I really, really do. I have respect like crazy for Iceman like Urban. I do hope he does return. Seriously. He may return and start playing trivia again at some point. And then all of a sudden he's still involved in like being near the top. So who knows? I hope he does return. And thank you, Nameless, for reaching out to him. Seriously. Because I have no ill will towards him either. We love the guy. He's a real one. And we love what he's doing in other places around the Raptors and chats and stuff. So Tom Duke saying, that's great to hear at Nameless. Great to hear you are safe, Amit. Geez, I got up late on the first game. Go Raptors. It's all good, Tommy. Tom, you're on the West Coast, brother. You are 3 hours earlier, and I'm starting my stream at 9:30. You got to get up for 6:30 to make my streams every day. In some ways, I commend you for that. That is real dedication. And honestly, if you sleep in sometimes, it's no big deal, my man. You are the best. And apparently Tom is coming to Toronto. He's got his plane tickets and things figured out. He's going to be here in November, y'all. He's going to be here for 2 games. In fact, Tommy, I was looking at those 2 games. You know that Boston game is the first ever in-season tournament game for the Raptors. And that is a huge, huge game. So in some ways, you come into town for that Milwaukee game in November and then the in-season tournament Boston game. on that Friday night, yeah, we go to those games, Tommy. Yeah, we're gonna go to those games. You're coming all the way from Victoria, British Columbia to Toronto for 4 days. That's right. Tom Duke's coming in November, y'all. Get ready, David Saborin. That's right. Nameless is saying Ahmed is clearly very mature young man. He really is. Like, seriously, he surprises me all the time with his astuteness of classic basketball. This is the thing. He's not that old, and the stuff that he knows about the history with the Raptors is super impressive. And then you add in all the other stuff about his character as far as his outlook on life and what we're just talking about. Yeah, this is a good kid. This is a very, very smart, worldly kid for his age. And we appreciate you, Amit. We really do. Evelyn's saying warm hugs for you, Amit. That's right. In some ways, we just want everybody protected. And just put the guns down. Stop firing missiles. Stop doing crazy, barbaric bullshit. We are in 2023. Y'all are acting like you're in 1023 over there. So just stop the shit. Come on now. Nako the Nacho saying Oklahoma City is the most interesting team in the West. They could get a number 2 this season to make a run. You mean like the number 2 pick because they're so bad this year? You mean like a number 2 player beside SGA? Maybe. You know, a lot of them think that Chet's going to be that guy. I have no faith in Chet still. As much as I believe in Victor, I do not believe in Chet. And it's going to be interesting. I think Oklahoma City has a very interesting roster. In some ways, they still have to make cuts. Monique posted something really interesting in our Facebook chat about where the teams are with having to make decisions with training camp. And the Raptors have to cut one person. We know that already, that we have somebody on our roster that is going to have to be cut from training camp. And then Oklahoma City has to cut like 4 guys because they have way too many players in Oklahoma City. So that's waste. These guys they drafted, they invested got all these draft picks. Well, these draft picks turn into nothing. They go away. And because they can't keep them on the roster because they don't have enough spots. So, yeah, we'll see how the Thunder are this year. Cowboys saying Tom Duke's in the house. Bam. And Nameless is saying, of course, sports is a distraction. It's the Roman Coliseum all over again. Exactly. Nameless knows his history. And, you know, the fall of the Roman Empire, they had a lot of cool like stuff going on at the Coliseum to get people not worried about what's really happening. Tom Duke's got the Mug Brothers in effect. That's right. He wants to come to Toronto to see Bradley and Chris and get in Jurassic Park and sneak a mug out of Real Sports. Tom Duke wants to officially become the 3rd Mug Brother. Watch. He's going to try and do this when he comes in November. Watch. Nameless is saying my middle name and grandfather's name are Romano. Lo sono Romano. I even said your name right. I'll bet you I did. Nameless is going to say in the comment now, he's like, you said my name right. Perfectly. Romano. Yes. It's all good, man. In some ways, I wish you hadn't told me your name, Nameless. What are you doing? Cowboys saying off topic, but last year I crossbred 2 types of peppers, and they turned out to be a purple pepper, and I'm thinking of calling it the Raptor Freak. What do you guys think? Wow, Bradley, oh my gosh, dude. If you were doing like genetic testing with peppers and you made a purple pepper, you're trying to make me do a tongue twister, aren't you? I would be honored if you named that the Raptor Freak pepper. Honestly, it fits perfectly if it's purple. And you know what? Honestly, what an homage to our family here. If you make it the Raptor Freak pepper, that is amazing. Can you get this like official and like call the scientists and say, yo, I just discovered a new pepper. I spliced DNA like a scientist and it's purple. And I want to call it the Raptor Freak pepper. Whatever you say, cowboy. Yeah, you got it. We're writing it in the book right now. Raptor Freak pepper. He made a new pepper, guys. It's amazing. We got really smart people in this chat. Oh my gosh. It's got purple foliage also. Very, very cool, Bradley. I want to try a purple pepper, Raptor Freak pepper. Yeah. Wayne Strainer is saying we understand all things political and business on this channel, and that's why we willingly distract ourselves with Raptors love. I'm against gambling, but I believe in gaining from disrespect. I love that. The principles of Wayne Strainer, the more I find out about him, the more I really respect where he stands. It's like I'm against gambling too, but I'm totally for you guys enriching yourselves because of their stupid disrespect and messing with us with this. I'm totally for that, Wayne. And I love what he's saying is like, look, I know what's going on, but I enjoy this. And it is a pleasant distraction, but it's not that we're ignorant to what they're doing. It's not like they're putting a fast one on us. Yeah, we know what's up. And y'all can try and distract us with all the TMZ bullshit on internet or whatever you want. We are still paying attention, Doug Ford. and people in charge in different places. That's right. I appreciate you so much, Wayne. You're like becoming one of my favorite Raptor freaks right now. Seriously. Nako's saying, analyze my team when you get the chance. All right, Nako the Nacho. Let me go look at your team real quick. We're doing a little bit of fantasy, Raptor Freak Fantasy League team analysis. We see we got, where is Nako? Nako. What is the name of your team right now, Nako? Did you change? Oh, there they are. Nako the Nachos. All right, let's see. Nako the Nachos got interesting team. His Raptor is Precious Achua. I like that you got Precious. There's a lot of upside to him. He's got some really solid, good players, honestly. He's got Chris Paul. He's got Jeremy Sohan, who's absolutely a great pick right there. He's got Jalen McDaniel's brother, Jaden, who's actually a very underrated player in this league. He's got Chris Middleton, Jaylen Brown, Desmond Bane, and Tyrese Halliburton. So he's got some crazy three-point shooting. And he's also got like these second-tier guys on teams. Like these guys are all pretty good players, but they're not absolutely superstars. I'd say Jaylen Brown is kind of a superstar. Chris Middleton's been an all-star, but that's a very solid, like kind of unsung second banana kind of squad. Halliburton, Bane, Brown, and Middleton with Chris Paul and Jeremy Sohan. Yeah, this is a solid team. I say you're very guard heavy. I would say this, in some ways, Gerald, you might need to get another center. And just in case, because in some ways your centers are actually forwards. And I don't know, you may need depth because there's two center positions you're going to need to fill at different times. And in some ways you might want to drop maybe one of your guards on your bench because you got a lot of point guards down there. Looks like you could get rid of either Peyton second or Javon Carter or maybe the rookie Hood Schifino. But I would definitely look into or maybe a trade or the waiver wire. Is what I would say on your team, Nako. But you got some really interesting shooters and some very, very good like talent as far as like they're going to be solid fantasy players for you this year. People like Jaylen Brown, Halliburton, and Middleton. Yeah, you got those guys on the same team. That's pretty good, Nako. Race Mode saying, Lex, I sent you a trade request. All right, let me go look at this real time. I want to see what Edmund has sent me. We'll see what this Edmund's trade is. He is going to try and trade me. He wants me to take John Concher of the Memphis Grizzlies for Kevin Durant. You're crazy. What are you trying to do to me, Edmund? My first pick, Kevin Durant, the Phoenix Suns. You want me to trade that guy to you for Concher? Oh, come on, Edmund. I am rejecting this trade right now, live on this stream, and I'm not going to send you a counteroffer right now. Maybe I will another time, but that is a joke. Come on, Edmund. Be serious here. MSJ's here. Good to see the Mug Brother, Chris. I have to say, highlight of the videos, VWeb looks insane. The dunk he did. You're talking about Victor Wembanyama. He has a highlight from a preseason game. Ooh, I'm telling you, it's going to be fun. Spurs Nation, I'm so happy for y'all. I want y'all to have a very fun year. I'm excited about your new team, and I am rooting for y'all. That's my Western Conference team. I love the San Antonio Spurs, and I want to see them be very successful with young Victor. That's right. I want to see that. That's right. Bam, bam, bam. Cowboy, bam. It's saying hi to MSJ. MA saying, I owe you a beer, bro. I haven't forgotten. That's right. And you may owe Tom Duke a beer when he gets here also, Chris. We got to figure this out. Y'all got to get together with Tommy when he comes here in November and officially make him the third Mug Brother. Yes, you need to do this. This has to happen. NBA Quick Takes is in the house, y'all. Yo, Lex and Raptor Freaks. Happy Thanksgiving weekend. Big day today. Let's get it. That's right. Thank you, NBA Quick Takes. Y'all give a follow to NBA Quick Takes, another great YouTube channel related to the Raptors and NBA in general. We love you, Quick Takes, and I appreciate you and your patronage. And y'all, seriously, his stuff is really, really good. I hope y'all will give him a subscribe. Isaac Campbell saying, starting at point guard, Justin Beaver and Lex. I'll be out there on the court with Justin Beaver on my hand. Oh, wait, did I just mess up reality of this? I'll be out there running around, and I'll be, like, dribbling with his face, like, shooting it with him, all that stuff. Yeah, we'll do that, Isaac. That makes sense. Tom Duke saying, Dennis, Scottie, OG, Pascal, and Jakob. No frills necessary. Team looks good. Yeah, our starting lineup is really underrated in some ways. People are going to say, oh, Fred left. Honestly, this is good that Fred left. And Dennis is an upgrade. And I just love the fact that Jakob's going to be with us from the start of the season. And in some ways, he's a really big, huge part of the plan for this season. There's more and more talk that they really are trying to make him a Marc Gasol for us this year. that he really is going to be that dude passing from up at the top of the key and really, really a hub. I'm excited to see this. I think the Jakob would be very, very good at this. He's such an unselfish guy, and he's so smart that it is going to be a fruitful thing. Some people are questioning this in the States. ESPN people are saying, why do they think they can do this with Jakob Poeltl? What are they making him into? Has he been a passing center at any point? Well, listen, Steven Adams, come on. That dude is doing it in Memphis, and a big reason why he's doing it in Memphis is because Darko was getting him to do it. So if it's going to work with Steven Adams in Memphis, it's going to work in Toronto with Jakob Poeltl. I'm sorry. They're a similar player, very strong, very kind of not much range from outside. They're similar player, and it's going to work with Jakob. If it worked with Adams, it will work with him. Yeah, Cowboys saying, no worries, bro. Anytime, man. You'll get me when you get me, yo. We'll get you in November when Tommy Dookie is here. That's right. That's right. We got to do this, y'all. Let's see more comments, and I'm going to get to them. Oh, it looks like Callie's back. I'm so happy to see you when people come back for the season. It's so awesome to see that. Let's see. I'm looking at Isaac Campbell. Hey, everyone, share the stream in the Raptors group. The mods delete me. Oh, my gosh. This happens in different places. I saw Mischief trying to share my my site, my channel on the Raptors official for Raptors Tonight, and they deleted it. And Mischief's like, well, they're deleting my comment. I don't, what? In some ways, I don't care. People are gonna find me one way or another. Y'all can continue to try and share, but don't get mad at these places that delete my link. It's just them they're scared. They're scared. This is what it is. They're scared because they can tell I can get some momentum going with more people finding me and growth. And in some ways, they don't want to help me in that, but that's fine. I don't need their help. I do it the way I do it. And the people that find me that want to stick around and continue to watch the channel, they do. And that's what matters. So I appreciate you trying to share me in places, Isaac, but I don't want anybody to get frustrated about it or upset or mad at them about it. Just let it be what it is. But I appreciate y'all trying, and you can continue to try. And hopefully they will let some through. Fiercely saying, Canadian Cowboy, that is so cool. Yeah, I love that he made a pepper. And I think that's a beautiful name for it, the Raptorsfreak pepper. In some ways, man, you could be onto something here, Cowboy. You could be. I wonder how it tastes. That's what I'm wondering. How hot is it? That's another thing. Isaac's got the upside down smile face. He's not happy about that. Well, whatever. The powers that be, they can do what they want, but in some ways they can't stop me. I'm going to do what I'm going to do either way. That's right. Monique saying, check out Eric Smith's interview for Sportsnet with Jakob. Very well-spoken Yak. He just is that dude. He did his interview in the last couple of days, and he's very matter of fact. They're asking him, well, what are the differences this year with Darko and other times in your career? And he said, well, there's not really a whole lot different. It's the normal kind of training camp stuff, and I like it. I'm figuring it out. Things are going good. Jakob's a badass. He's very, very smart, and he's very honest, and I appreciate him for that. Cowboys saying November. Let's go. That's right. October. I'm sorry. Yeah, November when Tommy gets here, but we're in October, and we got Raptors basketball tonight. That's right. Quick Takes is saying Tom Ducarelli, 100%. I love this. See, when Tom told me yesterday in a message, he's like, I got my plane ticket. I'm coming in November. I was like, yes. And he said, I'll be there for 2 games. I'm like, you're going to both of them. I know he is, because honestly, he has to. He wants to go to games. There's Milwaukee and Boston in those days. He can't not take those opportunities. He's going to fly all the way over here. You might as well go to 2 games and make them both of them. So we're going to go to those games, Tom. That's right. That's right. Tom's saying, going to get a mug for my games. Bucks and Celtics are losing. This is such an important game, the Boston game. That's the first ever in-season tournament game in the history of the Toronto Raptors in our building against a nemesis. We do not need to get railroaded by Ed Malloy in that game. If we see Ed Malloy refereeing that game, I'm going to tell y'all that's fixed right away. So NBA, don't even bring Ed Malloy to our first in-season tournament game. If you do that, I will know that something insidious is going on right now. So we don't want to see no Ed Malloy in Toronto when Tommy Duke is here to watch the Raptors play the Celtics. I will know it. I will call it out. If I wake up that morning, I'm doing the ref report, and I see Ed Malloy as the head crew chief, I'm going to be like, they're going to try and make us lose tonight. They are going to try and make us lose tonight. So we got to beat the Celtics in that game. That game is the most important game for the in-season tournament out of all of them. The first one right away against the Celtics, the toughest opponent in our group, and at our home court. If we don't win that game, we're in trouble. we might as well say, oh, we're not going to go into the in-season tournament, and it won't be our team winning the Trevor J. Cup. Now, if the Raptors win the in-season tournament, I keep this. I'm going to guess. I just keep it because it's everybody. And I'll just keep it here as my microphone for the beginning of the stream. I don't know. Let's see. Just put the guns on everywhere. Bang, bang. Let's go. I don't even totally understand that. That's all good. Quick Takes is big up in Isaac Campbell and Canadian Cowboy. I love it. Cowboy saying, well, it's November. I'll have a hoodie on. Probably should be easier to hide. All right, let's not incriminate ourselves too early with this. We should be more stealth about this. If y'all are going to do that again, we need to make it more slick. All right, let's really make it slick. So no more talking about it. We know what y'all are going to do. We're just not going to talk about the stream anymore. Cowboy, Quick Takes is saying, what up, the superfan Mo? We love it. MSJ saying, when is this November meeting? I think it's the dates are like the 14th or something like that. It's like the 11th through the 14th when Tommy's going to be in Toronto. So, yeah, it's really because Tom Duke's coming to Toronto from Victoria, and we want to make sure that you guys get to meet him is basically what it is. Chris likes I like the pepper idea. Yeah, I love that. It's such an amazing thing. Cowboys saying, let's do it. The Raptor Freak pepper. Every Raptor Freak gets free seeds. Watch out. They're super hot. That's cool. So they are very hot. All right. That's awesome, Cowboy. That's such a cool thing that he has crossbred peppers and made a new pepper, and he's naming it the Raptor Freak pepper. That's so awesome. Both saying, great game to be at, Tom. Raptors versus Celtics. Yeah, that's a fantastic historic game. It's not just the Celtics and the Raptors, which is a big deal, but it's also the first ever in-season tournament game for the Raptors, and it is a big deal. Dana's saying, oh, my God, the police are chasing someone in my area. Have been told to stay inside. Yee, Dana, be safe. Are you in Toronto? I forget where you live exactly. Are you in the Ottawa area with the people there, or are you in Toronto? I'm not even sure where you are. Well, just be safe. Callie's here. Good to see Callie Mayer, our stress meter reader. Callie, we missed you, and we're so happy to see you here. Hopefully you don't have any swear jars too much this season, because I know she likes to swear when the Raptors aren't doing too good. She's like, she puts a jar over there. But so happy to see Callie return, and we love you, Callie. Always a great Raptor freak. I'm so happy to be back and very excited to see our team play. Their energy and mood seems great, ready for an exciting season. Yeah, hopefully it'll be a lot of fun this year. Last year wasn't that fun, and we need to change that. And I think that's the priority for this year. And I'm glad you can feel the vibes too, the great vibes coming from our new coach and the team feeling them too. So yeah, we're so happy to see you back, Callie. Always respect and love to you, Callie Mayer. Tom Duke saying, be safe, Dana. Stay by your son. And good morning, Callie. No stressing this year. That's right. Look at those peppers. Got a parade of peppers there. A parade of pickled peppers by a pickled pepper man named Bradley. Yeah. Wayne Strainer saying, driving through Etobicoke, I saw Tada advertisement signage and I just laughed to myself. Just love this time of year without the cold. Christian's health issue gives credence to Pascal's bubble concern. I don't even know what the concern with. I've heard different things about what Siakam was like. It wasn't that he wanted, they didn't even talk to him, is what I felt like. Did they try and tell him to come and work out? And he said, no, I'm just going to stay home because I want to be safe. I don't totally get what happened in the bubble with that. I think they just dropped the ball and they didn't stay in touch with the guys. Some of them worked out and some of them didn't. And Siakam didn't. And that was part of the problem. That's awesome. So you saw a Tada advertisement in Etobicoke? That's so awesome. That's so good. It was very warm a couple days ago here in Toronto. It was like summer. And now the temperature just dropped in the last 24 hours. It is actually, you got to put on a hoodie outside at this point. Cowboys saying, NBA quick take, stay inside. Dana, be safe. Bam, bam, bam. Yes. Be safe, Amit. Be safe, Dana. Be safe, anybody who's in any kind of perilous situation anywhere watching us right now. Let's see. Quick take saying, yeah, I'm guard heavy too. Have to do some managing today. In some ways, it's not a bad strategy, but really, here's a little bit of a tip for our head-to-head league in our fantasy league. You got to really maximize playing a full roster every day. If you can get as many people playing. Now, on the fantasy league, there's a little number near your matchup that'll show your potential amount of games played by your players that week. Like mine says 36 on it, and Edmund hasn't adjusted his team yet, and his only says 21. So basically right now, I have 36 player games to be played in the first week of the season. So go look at that number
And when you're doing movements on your team, kind of look at what might fit on off days from each other. If you have too many players that are all playing on one day, you're going to have people sitting on the bench. So in some ways, you want to have equal kind of people playing on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and that rhythm. So that could be part of how you figure out who you should drop or add in that way. Just a little bit of fantasy talk. I know that Duke Rocks really appreciated me talking about fantasy strategy last year. In fact, he appreciated it so much, he won the league on my advice. He said that very much. I said, Duke, how did you win our fantasy league last year? He said, I just listened to you when you did the stream on how to win at fantasy, and I did exactly what you said, and that's how I won. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I love that. So he's like saying to me already, with the new formatting, he wants me to tell us how to win at this format. So that was one of the things that I would say is balance your lineup so that you have players that are playing every day, and look at that total of how many players you have playing and try and match it at least, or be over your opponent for the week. You have a better chance. We did this in the WNBA fantasy this summer. Now you can't just trade everybody over and over again. There is a limit each week. You only get 5 transactions each week. So make them count. And you can't just like switch wholesale every day to get a whole lineup every single day. And I wouldn't advise that. Fiercey was doing this in the WNBA for a little while, and she cut some of her main players and regretted it later. So don't do wholesale changing just to try and get more games played for your team. Do little, like I pick like maybe 2 or 3 guys at the end of the bench that I don't care about. Those spots are fluid. And I kind of cycle people in on those 2 or 3 spots and keep the really good players, and they just stay. And that's kind of how I deal with it. Maybe I'm giving y'all too many secrets, but in some ways I should. I'm hosting it, and in some ways I shouldn't win. I want one of y'all to win. Yeah. Fiercely saying, I'm Haitian. When people say hot, I'm often disappointed as it's too mild. Laugh out loud, but I'd like to try it and also support Canadian Cowboy. Yeah, I want to see what this is. You got to see where you are on the scale with Fiercey. Fiercey Salsera. That's a name that kind of says that it's like she's ready for heat. You know what I'm saying? So, that'd be interesting to see where it's on the scale for her, as far as like if you think it's hot. I know Bradley knows hot though. I mean, this is a pepper man. He really knows his peppers, and we'll have to see where it is on the scale with ghost peppers and other jalapeno and jalapeno and the really hot ones. Quick Takes is saying 100% the Cowboy. I love it. Let's see. Isaac Campbell's got my stream on blast. He's saying give a follow and subscribe. Thank you. To Quick Takes too. Yeah. Stargate saying Fiercey sac passe. Okay, you're doing some French with her real quick. Cowboy saying you will love it, Fiercey. It won't disappoint. Awesome. MSJ saying trio mug brothers like the Three Musketeers, but with lifted schooners, not rapier swords. The 5-pound mug can be just as effective, I'm sure. You guys are going to turn into like you're going to have cutlets, and you're going to have little weird Hulk Hogan mustaches and long hair and like the Three Musketeer hat with the feather. This can be funny. Let's see. Tom's got 100%. He's all about it. He's got the mugs and the swords out. MSJ saying, if we meet next month, I will bring the hot sauce I make, hand some out. No name to it yet. Awesome. You guys with the hot sauce and the hot peppers, man. Cowboy saying is cross between the pepper gum leopard and the ghost pepper. So it is half ghost pepper. Very interesting. If you have proprietary thing on this, if this is a new thing, Bradley, nobody else has done, you should look into this and seriously get it like officially named, that pepper. Seriously, if you can do it, do it. I don't know what the channels are to do that. Or if it is, it may be it's already been crossed up, but I don't know. You don't know. Maybe you did do something new. Fiercely saying race mode got jokes, trading KD for you shouldn't even remember Conchar. Yeah, but Goody mentioned it. I thought we could only do trades and waivers once the season starts. Got to read on fantasy and familiarize. No, we can already do stuff. People have been hitting the waiver wire and looking for people on there. Like Amit got Marjan Beauchamp, who's been looking like Kawhi in Milwaukee Bucks camp, is what people are saying. This kid's been doing some crazy moves for being so young already. So very astute move by Amit the GOAT to go get Marjan Beauchamp yesterday morning. So you guys can go and get stuff and react to the preseason. If you hear some of your players get hurt, or it's something you see somebody and you're like, I don't want this person on my team, you can make those changes now. right now. You can do any kind of changes you want right up into the season right now. Cowboys saying, I'll have some pepper flakes and seeds for y'all. Awesome. I definitely want to grow peppers when I get out north and I'm up there. Definitely, Cowboy. And I will, just like I said, I want to have you come out there and check out the property and maybe give me some tips or even help me with how I cultivate some peppers out there for sure. I'm going to get some green peppers though too. I'm not a really hot guy. Like I don't like like eating a lot of hot things. I don't mind it from time to time, but I'm a more green pepper guy. I love green peppers. I'll eat a lot of green peppers. Yeah, Cool Cat saying I'm going to both in-season games to mark history as well. There you go. So she's going to be at both of them, the two that we have here in Toronto. That's awesome, Cool Cat. I believe it's Chicago is here too. And we go to Brooklyn and Orlando for the other two. Very good stuff. Cool Cat's a real one. She's often at the games, very often. And Tom's saying, sweet Cat. Maybe we can all meet after the Boston one at Raptors tonight at the Real Sports with Alvin and all them and hang out. Maybe Tom can go meet them again. We'll see who's there. Maybe it's a different person. Maybe Matt Devlin's there or something. I don't know. MSJ saying at Fiercey, you won't be disappointed in what I produce. And Cool Cat saying our end season includes Bills. No screaming. No screaming. Yeah, none of the Bulls. Yeah, no screaming. Yeah. DR, I don't think she's allowed to come back. And she's definitely not sitting with Nav. Nav, you cannot let DR DeRozan sit with you this season. You cannot, Nav Bhatia. Do not do that, Superfan. Fiercely saying, why do they delete? It's so weird. We're pro Raptors, like they are all are, right? Well, in some ways, I get it. As an admin on Facebook for certain groups, you don't want people self-promoting too much. In some ways, if you let one person put one down, then everybody should be able to put one down. And then all of a sudden, it's just way too much. It could very well be there is a concerted effort to not want to put me on blast in certain ways, but it's probably for everybody. It may be interesting to see if Luca Rosano put his stuff there, if they deleted it also. So I'm not going to take it personal. It may be something that they decided they wanted to do as an organization. They realize there's a lot of stuff like me out there, and in some ways they don't want necessarily any kind of official connection is what I guess what they're saying. I don't know what it is, Fiercey, but you're right. In some ways they would be smart to come check me out. You know, Teresa Resch, if you watched my Share the Love Club for you yesterday and you think I'm doing something worthwhile to help the Raptors, you know, you can talk to me and you can get me to do things to help y'all. I'm seriously just want to help y'all. I know what you're doing with your job. You do everything you can to help the Raptors. Well, I'm trying to do everything I can to help the Raptors also. So in some ways, I could be a useful person for you guys somewhere down the road. So that's all I'm saying right now. Fiercely saying delete references to Raptor-Freak Family, but leaving out of pocket comments posted, whatever. Yeah. In some ways, I don't know what their reasoning is with that. It could very well be they just don't want people promoting. And I have no problem with that. I have my ways of getting found, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters. In Facebook groups, sometimes it's just the admin is a jerk. You know, there's a lot of Raptors groups on Facebook, and some of them are cool, and some of them are not. And I gave up on trying to post in some of those groups because a lot of them will be kind of like, yeah, we don't want your stuff here. And I don't care. In some ways, I don't care. I'm going to grow the way I'm supposed to. You guys find me from searching for Raptors stuff. And that is probably the most powerful way people find me. You get on the search engine on YouTube, you type in Toronto Raptors, and I come up as one of the results, and you check me out. Boom. That's the way they'll find me no matter what. David's saying 15th Milwaukee and the 17th on Boston. Yeah, David's going to be ready for that too. He's going to be excited to see Tom Duke come here. Those are the dates. November 15th, November 17th, Bucks and Celtics. Yeah. Okay, so Dana's out in Durham region. Okay, so you're east of the city. All right, well, there has been some weird stuff with guns at schools and stuff like that or in your region in recent years. So I hope you're safe. And, yeah, just listen to the authorities and stay inside. Tom Duke saying, let's go, David, my bro. This is going to be fun. Tommy Dukey, I got to talk to you some more today, especially about your trip coming up. Cool Cat saying, Raptor Freak Pepper, is this our new logo? Well, no, I think it's just something cool that just happened to happen. It just developed. That is very, very cool. That if we have like an official pepper called the Raptor Freak Pepper, that's awesome. David's saying, oh, you won't be disappointed, Fiercey. Them shit is hot. I hope it's not when it comes out. That would hurt. David knows because he's had Bradley's peppers before. And Tommy's got a whole bunch of peppers on blast with me and the Raptor and with Monique. I love it, Cowboy. All right, let me keep going with the chat. We're all over the place today. We're talking Israel. We're talking peppers. Tom Duke saying start active players button helps, but watch those games played. We don't have to worry about games played this season, Tommy. This is part of the format is different than rotisserie. They don't keep track of games played. You can play as much as you want, and there's no limit. Now, there's just a limit of how many transactions you can do a week. You can do 5 transactions, but play as many people you can every single day so that you get as much stat accumulation for your team. That is the whole philosophy. So don't worry about filling those roster spots like last year. That or the games played stuff. That doesn't count in head-to-head. That's only in rotisserie. Quick Take saying, try to set your lineups on Sunday for the whole week. It's hard to keep up daily. Yeah, I've already set up my whole lineup against Edmund. I went and set up the first week, and it's like still almost a month from now. So, yeah, you can do it right now. Go in there and set it up already, and you'll at least have the first week set up. But it is a good idea what they're saying. You can do the auto setup, and you can do it for the whole entire week right away on Sunday. Thank you guys for the advice. Cool Cat saying Pascal had no access to basketball court during the COVID bubble, and he could not get to the U.S. due to visa issues. Most of the Raptors players fly out before lockdown. Boucher, Serge, Siakam were in Toronto. Yeah, this is the thing. We saw Serge working out in his apartment. He was working out the whole time. He's posting videos of it, and that was what I was wondering about. I saw Terrence Davis working out on a patio outside of his apartment. There was footage of guys doing stuff, and we didn't hear enough about Siakam. He was busy like binge watching TV shows and stuff. And I mean, I can be mad at him for it, but in some ways, I blame the Raptors for not being more in touch with him on top of what he was doing. In some ways, he's just a young guy. And in some ways, in the chaos of the pandemic and unsurety of that, they should have been giving him more guidance on possibly what he should be doing. Obviously, the Clippers and the Lakers were doing illegal practices during the pandemic that they shouldn't have been allowed to do. And that really helped their team in the bubble. And, that's one of the things that we did the opposite. Instead of doing practices, we had a guy languishing and not taking care of himself correctly. And I really do feel like the people like Teresa Resch and Bobby Webster and Masai Ujiri should have kept up with him and been more on top of that at that time. Raceman was saying, Lex, can you analyze my fantasy team? I'm not sure if I'm doing it correctly. Please and thanks. I don't mind doing this. This is a fun stream. In some ways, I know people that aren't in our fantasy league may be like, but it's still kind of fun to hear me break down the team, I guess. All right, Edmund, I'm playing you in the first week. So in some ways, this is a personal thing here. Now, this is the one thing you got to do. First of all, you need to fit your centers right. Now, Edmund really doesn't have any centers. He has 2 centers, and they're Paul Reed and Zach Collins. You're going to have to move Zach Collins into that center spot to fill it because you have an empty center spot and you have no backups at center. That's a big problem. You have the 2 Bulls, DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. That's very interesting to me. They may be, and you also have Trae Young and Devin Booker and Tobias Harris. So you have some very interesting, strong players in your starting lineup. And let's see. I'm going to look at your bench. Otto's your Raptor. We can see if Otto Porter comes back and he does some good stuff. Eric Gordon of Phoenix. That's interesting. I'm not impressed with your team overall. In some ways, you might be in trouble with me because I've got Kawhi, Kevin Durant, Kyle Lowry, Keldon Johnson. I've got some pretty good players. So I'm very confident going into this matchup against you. I like that you have the Bulls. And Devin Booker's a good player, but a lot of your team I don't like. I'm just going to be honest with you. And I think that you have a really glaring hole with your center position. You're going to need centers. You're going to need them because you got 2 centers and that's it. So that's kind of my take on it. I'm going to beat you. That's my take, Edmund. But good luck to you and everybody else that's playing in the league. Dana's saying, I like Heat. I'm a Carolina Reaper girl. There you go. We got some ladies in this chat. They're like, you got Heat? Bring it. Bring it, Bradley. You think you got heat with that Raptor Freak Ghost Pepper? Yeah, you think you got heat? Yeah, you better bring it right. Dana and Fiercey are going to be judging. They'll be like at a panel, and they'll be sitting as judges. All right, bring it to us, Bradley. And they try it, and they're like, this is nothing. It tastes like a green pepper to me. It could be like that. These ladies may be tough with their taste buds. We don't know. Wayne Strainer saying, looking forward to see the new recruits like Jalen McDaniels. Don't know his game, but I'm intrigued in seeing the blend Darko is brewing. Well, if he's like his brother, he's a very, very good defensive player. And he's also got some very interesting skills. In some ways, he's like a bigger 6'9" guy. He's not 6'9", he's like 6'11", and he plays like a Division 6'9" player. He's an all-around player. So in some ways, he really fits our team. And in some ways, he's kind of like going towards like Koloko length. So I'm excited about seeing Jalen McDaniels also. He's somebody we keep forgetting that we've added to our team. And in some ways, he may be on the down low, a low-key, really good signing by the Raptors this summer. And people are going to be like, holy crap, where'd this guy come from? Some of the casual Raptor fans that don't keep up with things are going to be like, this new dude is cool. Who is he? There may be that kind of reaction with him. And I love the friendship between him and Malachi Flynn, childhood friends. And that's always good. You know, Joseph Starks reached out to me yesterday in the comments from yesterday's stream. He did go to the open practice on Friday night. He made it down there and was there in person like he went last year. Him and Tom Duke were at it last year when it was in Victoria. Joseph said that the vibes and the feel of the team were like night and day compared to last year's open practice and this year's open practice with Darko. And I love that. He said that some of his impressions were that Malachi is like super buff now. And I was like wondering, it's like, well, are they making him work out more? And maybe he is going to be better than Desmond Bane or as good as Desmond Bane because all of a sudden he's like a strong guy for his height. Very, very interesting stuff. He had glowing things to say about a lot of different players. If you want to see Joseph Stark's takes on the open practice from being there in person, his comments are on the last stream from yesterday, and you can read what he said specifically instead of hearing it from my own words. But yeah, he was really excited. He saw the vibes were very strong. And he also was saying he was really impressed with the basketball acumen and the things that the coaches were doing with the team as far as like the weaves and the different drills that they were running at the open practice. So good inside knowledge from Raptor-Freak on site on Friday night at Simon Fraser University. Thank you, Joseph, for being there. Yeah. Let's see. Monique is saying with the season back, you'll get a bigger boost, Lex. Hit the like and subscribe button. I've already been feeling it this week. I know that there's been a lot of people that are ready for the season to start, and they're anxious to find out more about the team. Well, this is part of what I do on this channel. We're a resource for Raptor fans to stay in the know on everything as much as possible. And this is a great place for fans that have taken the summer off and not paid attention to get caught up on what's going on with the Raptors, because we've been paying attention all summer, every day. That's what we do. Thank you, Monique, for the endorsement. Cool Cat saying, eventually the Raptors sent them weights to their homes. Pascal's agent tried to get them and the government to help, but nothing could be done due to the lockdown. Yeah, that's crazy to me. I hate that. In some ways, the strictness of our lockdown was different than the U.S. is locked down, and that did kind of hurt us in some ways. Very, very interesting stuff. More about what happened at that time. Very, very interesting stuff. I'm gonna believe Cool Cat because she knows Pascal. She knows Pascal. Quick Takes is saying 6-pound mugs. Yeah, are they getting heavier? Are y'all every time you talk about it? Are they getting heavier? I don't know. Trevor's saying me and my family are gonna have a party today. We're gonna play some cards, some dominoes. Have a couple of friends over. We're going to eat and drink and watch basketball. That's amazing Thanksgiving kind of thing. Honestly, games with your family and friends, watching good basketball, having a good meal, having a nice time, enjoying each other. That's amazing good stuff. I'm so happy to hear that, Trevor. And are you still in Ohio? You said you were in Columbus last time we talked. Maybe you're back in Canada. I don't know. Cool Cat saying patent your pepper and market to sell. There you go, Cool Cat. And I have no problem with you using that name and going with it. I have not copyrighted their name Raptor-Freak, but nobody's going to be able to take it from me. Trust me. In some ways, I have a history of using that name since the 90s. So if anybody wants to try and prove that they've used the name before me, you can't. And I can prove that I have. But I get full license to Bradley to use the term because honestly, this is a very great honor. And I think it's amazing. It can't be a bad thing. Cowboys saying that's my goal. Bam. I love it. You do it, Bradley. You do it. And I don't need anything like profits or anything from it. I don't care. You make all the money off of it and do good things with it. I have no problem with that. Cool Cat saying, even though my background is Caribbean, I can't deal with hot peppers. The off lot in my family. You know, I'm with you on this, Cool Cat. In some ways, I don't like eating too hot stuff because I pay for it later. Yes, you know about that. Yeah. Siakam's funny with this. Spicy P. They kept saying the Spicy P nickname, and people kept wanting to give him spicy food. You remember what he said? I hate spicy food. It's just like, I don't want your spicy food. You guys keep trying to send me spicy food just because of my nickname, and I don't like spicy food. I don't like hot food. So it only makes sense that Pascal Siakam fan number 1, Cool Cat, is the same, is not into the spicy food either. And I'm with y'all. If there's the Mug Brothers, there's the non-spicy food spicy lovers here. That's right. We love spicy, but we don't love spicy food. And that's who we are. We're the non-spicy, spicy lovers. Cool Cat, myself, and Pascal. We unite on the non-spiciness. That's right. There you go. Cowboys laughing about it. Paul B saying, Raptors got this. All right. The news out of Wisconsin is the Raptors going to win tonight from Paul B. I love it. Fiercely saying, Stargate, Map Boulay. Do you speak Creole? Nice. Lex, Sac Pas means how are you or what's up? All right. Now I've got Creole instructors. I have my Italian learnings. Now I can maybe learn some more languages. I didn't realize I was doing distance learning of languages here. In some ways, this is multitasking, all kinds of different things today. We're looking at fantasy teams. We're previewing the Raptors game. We're talking about the conflict in Israel. We're even doing language studies. And I love this. Cowboys saying, everyone smash the like button. I just did. There's only one. Let's grow. Tom saying no sleep till when? When, Tommy? No sleep till Brooklyn? Toronto? I don't know. Tom Duke has also got some crazy emotes. And then Stargate saying, fiercely, not really. That's the only thing I know in Creole. He knows just a very surface amount. Cowboys got a nice lineup of people there. It looks like me, Mo, OG, Jakob, Pascal, Scottie, Dennis, and Darko. I love it. Country Kong saying, good morning, Raptors freaks. Lex, they say that Peter Piper picked a pickled peppers. Man, you making me feel like I'm doing that Run DMC song. Peter Piper, man, I love that song. Run DMC, Raising Hell. Oh, yeah. Then I'll say Masai Ujiri picked a peck of perfect players, and I'm done. Let's go. All right, you're done. You're getting a dunk. You're getting a dunk, Country Kong, for being a rhymester here. That was awesome, actually. Country Kong's over there. There he is. Yeah, we'll make sure he gets marked. I love that. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. See, I can't do it. The purple part's messing me up. Dana's laughing about it. James Harden deleted all of his social media. Popcorn. Get that popcorn out. That's an interesting news. James only showed up to training camp because he knows he's about to get traded to the Clippers. And in some ways, people are really mad at him. They think, is he going to play in the preseason game today against the Celtics? No, he's not. Don't get your hopes up, Sixers Nation. James Harden is not playing for y'all today. He's not going to show up and play for y'all today. He has a ticket to Los Angeles, and as soon as he can get there, he's going to go there. He's going to do that. Yeah, he is. Eat that popcorn, Dana. That's right. Sac passe, everyone. What's up? That's right. Fiercely saying, laughing at Stargate. And Cowboys like, do we cut him off? Cowboys feeling hot. Is it 8 p.m. yet? No, we'll just do the stream right up until the game, Cowboy. Tom Duke saying, happy Thanksgiving, Raptorsfreak Family. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Tommy. Let's go Raptors. And Trevor saying, no, I'm still in Columbus. Okay, so you're doing the celebrating in Ohio right now. Okay. He said, I'm going to Drake concert tomorrow, and then Tuesday I'm flying back to Atlanta. Awesome. Well, enjoy the Drake concert for sure, Trevor J, for sure. Cowboys saying alley-oop Kong. And Seymour saying, I told y'all first Oubre and Harden ain't buddies. Going back to bed, crazy night. You're going back to bed. You had a crazy night last night. All right, Seymour. Are you going to the game tonight? Because I know that you said you were traveling to Vancouver from Calgary. So you were going to the game, aren't you, Seymour? So, yeah, get some rest and be ready for that. All right, let's do the Raptors Instagram check. We are going to still do that kind of stuff. First, we got the open gym clip on the Raptors official account. I love it. Darko's so fun. Like the way him and Pat Delaney are in that clip when they're like, we see you watching us. Open gym. You're watching us. We're on to you. We're new. We know about y'all. We heard about y'all. Then they were giving out jerseys all over BC yesterday. They were at Loden's Lookout, and they gave these two OG jerseys. Amazing OG jerseys. Then they gave a Grady Dick jersey to somebody that they had to go to the Central Business District. And somebody came up and they got the Grady Dick jersey. Congratulations to a guy named Dennis who got that. Just good stuff. And then they had a fun little clip. There's some interesting controversy about this right now. The Raptors official likes to do like fun little clips when they're coming out of practice, and they'll have a question and they'll kind of just answer it to the camera. And the question yesterday was, what's your most used emote? And it was pretty funny. Like there were a lot different. Everybody had kind of different ones. Marquise Noel had the heart one, which was really kind of cute. Precious kind of like had different ones he was going over, like huffy voice. And then Dennis Schroeder had fire. The fire was his. And then but in the comments section, if you go look at this on Instagram, there's a lot of Raptors involved in the comment section, and Scottie Barnes in particular. And he's wondering where his emoji answer was. It's like, why aren't y'all putting my emoji answer in that? They edited Scottie's answer out. And I don't know what he said. I mean, maybe he put the devil horns. I don't know what he put, but Raptors official didn't want to put it on there. And Precious was adding to it. He's like, "That why aren't you putting Scottie's part in this up?" Like, it's all in the comments. It's hilarious. Scottie and Precious are going at Raptors admin for like, why didn't you include Scottie's part in this? When he said, maybe it's because he said something kind of crazy. Maybe his emote is, I don't know. Is it the eggplant emote? I don't know. Who knows what emote it was? We'll never know, because Raptors official admin won't share it with us. And Precious and Scottie were making fun of them for not sharing it. It's hilarious. They're like, where is it? Where's mine? So good. So good. I love that kind of fun. Thad Young's putting his young boys on blast as usual. Always. They got some game action. It looks like Thaddeus is out there making shots and playing really well for his team. Mr. New York City has got great footage of him in the Raptors red at practice and with the lyrics and stuff. He's so proud to be a Raptor, and he is really taking this seriously. I'm excited about it. Dennis Schroeder getting treatment about 24 hours ago on his ankle. We know about this treatment he does. He does this every couple of weeks. He has a doctor who's an amazing doctor. Hopefully he can come with him and be around him this season, because we really do want Dennis to be taken care of with his ankle. We don't want any issues with this. So good to see Dennis getting that ankle treated. And he's got new red Fila Pro shoes for the season. He loves the color. Perfect color for the season. Love to see that, Dennis. And he's got stuff from Germany going on, like with his brother Shea. And there's a basketball game going on over there with his team that he follows and cares about. And also he's like saying, great practice yesterday, and dinner with the team tonight. So they went out to dinner last night, team dinner, to bond the Raptors. And I know those kind of things are really, really good for team chemistry. You got all the guys go to a restaurant and they hang out and they make jokes about like who's going to pay the bill. And they just have laughs and good times. Maybe they're seeing OG say some silly shit and they're all laughing their ass off. It's that kind of stuff. Maybe Grady's hamming it up. That is the kind of team building and chemistry we want to see. And Dennis saying that they all went to team dinner last night is fantastic stuff. I love that so much. And it's game day for his German team back in Germany. They're playing Braunschweig. Precious, like I said, putting on blast him and Scottie at the open practice on Friday night. I love seeing those guys sharing each other's pictures. And then we see Delano in the ugly green. Gross. Let's see. Slim Duck's got Bart Simpson on his stories. He's saying, me vibing to my own playlist, knowing it's a masterpiece. And he's a Capricorn, of course. Also, he's got, whenever my friend sends me voice messages to explain some drama, he's listening to it on headphones and he looks mad. It's funny. Let's see. Yeah, all kinds of fun stuff on Chris's Instagram stories. Crazy stuff. There's a nice little picture from the open practice of him making a basket. Good stuff. Kyle Lowry's got some new golf balls that are tailor-made golf balls. I don't know. He's showing them off. And then we got Scottie, as I said, with him and Precious in the picture there. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, there's Mo Gee. He's styling in some white hoodie and long pants. Ron Harper Jr. with some highlights from the open practice also. Matt Devlin with the picture of Dennis Schroeder, Gordon Hebert, and Darko Rajakovic talking about practice on day 5 at Raptors training camp. There's your Raptors Instagram check for today. Good on all fronts. Fun stuff from Dennis, Scottie, Precious, and the gang. Yeah, we love them. We love them. We love them. All right, let's see what else is going on here. Meredith is saying, Lex, have you traded Green yet? And what are you looking for him? I have not traded Draymond Green yet, and I will. You send me an offer, MK, and see. We'll start from there. Send me what you think you want to trade for him, and we'll talk. I've been already in talks with certain people about trading him, and we're at an impasse. I think that the trade I have available to, who is it again? I forget. It's one of you guys has got a trade that I have offered to you. It's a Country Kong. Country Kong, I'm saying, and he's left it there, so he could do it at any moment. If he wants to accept the deal, I have a deal for a Draymond Green for Russell Westbrook straight up. And if you choose you want to take that deal, Country Kong, we can do it right now. You could press that button right now, and you would get Draymond Green on your team and send me Russell Westbrook. Yeah, we can do that. I think that's a fair trade. These guys are both kind of sullied reputations, older players. I don't know how much Russell's going to do if James does eventually get traded to the Clippers. So Country Kong, maybe trading Russell Westbrook to me for Draymond Green is a good move, because who knows? James Harden may be coming to take some of those touches. Who knows? So MK, figure out on your team who you might want to send. I'm asking for Russell from him, so that kind of gives you what you can see. Cowboys saying 9:15 Mountain Standard Time. Let's go, yeah. And Monique saying W stream Lex all around. Keep at it. Let's get going. So happy. Me too. We're just coming up on 2 hours. I'm making a nice tidy 2 hours right now. Cool Cat saying I don't want Dennis sharing teams outings, etc. Keep it to games analysis and his own therapy stuff if he wishes. All he wrote was we're going to team dinner tonight. And I don't think that that's uncommon or bad. If he's doing YouTube content where he's filming stuff and he's going to show it off, with discretion. In some ways, I'd like him to do that because I like more eyes on seeing what's going on with them. But yeah, we don't want him to cause dumpster fires because of his YouTube content or any oversharing on his social media. But I don't think that's likely. I think that he towed this line pretty smartly with the Lakers in past years, and it shouldn't be an issue. But I get why you're sensitive to it, Cool Cat. I get why you're sensitive to it. Cowboy saying W stream, like always. Thank you, Cowboy. Bam. Everyone have a great, happy Thanksgiving to the Raptor Freaks. Everyone enjoy the win tonight. Let's go. That's right, Bradley. I'm excited about tonight. I think the keys to the victory today are listen to your coach, buy in, and just try and do what he's asking you to do as soon as possible. The more smooth you guys can make this, the better off for everybody. But I understand there's going to be lumps. There's going to be things that need to be ironed out. There's going to be issues. There probably will be for sure. But these are the things you make the adjustments, and hopefully you get the good, victorious results that we want. Lots of wins. That's right, baby. So, yeah, let's get it, Raptors. Tonight, and Cowboys got Monique on blast right now. Once again, y'all, all referees favor us tonight. I feel real good about tonight. I feel like we want to give the Vancouver fans a good Raptor win tonight. So I feel good about us winning tonight, y'all. All right. Thanks for watching me today. If you like my channel, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you really, really like my channel, join as a member. You can support this channel in various ways, whether it's super chats or becoming a member. And it's very, very helpful. And you get access to fun stuff like our fantasy league and other kind of fun contests we're doing all the time. All right, y'all. Thanks once again. Tom Duke's got a whole team on blast there. I hope you all enjoyed my new marquee main event matchup that I did at the very beginning of the stream. I'm excited about today's game. Of course, tomorrow we'll react to the game. Tomorrow will be our first reaction stream of the season. And we'll talk about everything that happened in the game in great detail and what you guys want to talk about, your opinions about what you saw and what you're excited about, and maybe what you want to see change. I don't know. Hopefully everything goes smoothly tonight. All right, y'all. Thanks once again. And please go follow NBA Quick Takes. Please, let's get peace in the Middle East and stay protected, Ahmed the GOAT, and your family. Bradley, amazing news about the Ghost Pepper. And Tommy Dookie, we're so proud and happy that you are going to be coming to Toronto again next month. So much good stuff to be looking forward to. And once again, I want to remind people, we are doing an official Raptor Freak meet and greet for the Carnes Taipans game a week from today. We're going to try and go down there as a group, get tickets together, and go to that preseason game. So please, if you want to come, if you're in Toronto, you can come and go to the game with all of us as a group and meet me next week. We'll talk more about the finer details about the game next Sunday, but we are going to try and do that. So if y'all are in town, you want to come to that game with me, I fully invite you to do that. I don't care if I know you or not. You can come down there and meet me in person. We'll go to that game together. Yeah, there you go. I love all the emotes and stuff like that. Y'all, thanks once again. We got it back, baby. That's right. It's time. It's time for the Raptors to play again. And in particular, I'm ready to see this man do some new things this year. It's time for Scottie to step into the big boy shoes and show that he's going to dominate now. That's right. Let's grow. Let's go. Let's go Raptors. Let's go Raptor freaks. Let's go Darko. Let's go Scottie. Let's go Pascal. Let's go everybody in Raptors Nation. Get hyped for our game tonight against the Kings, baby. That's right. Step into the octagon, Dominator Dominatus, and take on young Scottie Diamonds. Mr. Diamonds is ready for you in the UFC main event. That's right, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Woo! Ah!